Welcome. I'm Mr. Gear Engineer, and I'm glad you're here. If your car's air conditioning suddenly stops working, you might instantly worry, is this going to cost me hundreds, or maybe even thousands of dollars? But don't panic just yet. What if I told you that fixing your AC might cost just $10, or even nothing at all? The truth is, many people get misled by costly repair shops into thinking a major fix is needed, when often the real problem is something small and manageable. In this video, I'll be busting common myths about car AC systems and revealing 10 simple, powerful tips that can help turn your vehicle into a refreshing icebox, even during scorching weather. Stick around, because at the end, I'll also show you 2 maintenance mistakes most people make that could lead to a repair bill of over $2,000 if ignored. Let's get started with tip tracker 10. Clean the condenser. Your car's air conditioning system works a lot like the one in your home. It cools hot air by passing it through a series of components, one of the most important being the condenser. This part is responsible for releasing heat from the refrigerant. But if your AC is blowing warm air, it doesn't necessarily mean the system is broken. Many times, the condenser is simply dirty. Since the condenser is located right behind your car's front grille, it collects a lot of debris, dust, leaves, and even bugs. The metal gets hot while working, and bugs can literally melt onto it. Over time, this gunk builds up and blocks airflow, making it hard for the condenser to do its job. That means your AC stays warm, and your compressor has to work much harder to try to cool the cabin. Eventually, this strain can cause the compressor to fail, and replacing it could cost around $100–200. Here's how to fix it yourself. First, make sure the car is completely cool before you begin. Never touch the metal parts while they're hot. Grab a pressurized hose and a soft brush. Use medium water pressure to spray away dirt and grime from the condenser. For stuck-on debris, gently scrub with the brush. Once you've cleaned it thoroughly, let the condenser dry completely before driving. This simple cleaning can instantly improve how cold your AC gets, and it can extend the life of your entire cooling system. See inlet cleaning, tip 9. This suggestion will increase your cooling capacity and prevent hazardous inhalation. At least a portion of the time, air cools your automobile through the AC intake at the bottom of the windshield. When you park under trees or go off-roading, leaves and other debris might collect in the holes. Dirt will attract moisture if not cleaned regularly. Guess what occurs in dark, damp places? It is. If your AC isn't blowing and smells bad, check here first. How you clean it depends on whether the car smells musty. If your cabin air quality is good, just sweep off visible debris. Mold problems? Do this. Start by lowering your AC fan and opening your windows. Next, spray Lysol or another AC disinfectant into the plenum-facing intake. The fan will remove disinfectant from vents and kill microorganisms. This technique requires removing your cabin filter, which we discuss in tip 5. Work some magic inside the car after your usual cleaning. Tip 8. Expel hot air. Pre-cooling, a common fallacy, may cost you hundreds. You switch on the car AC for 10 to 15 minutes before driving on a hot day to cool it down. It works, but not efficiently. It overworks your compressor and increases fuel consumption. AC uses around half a gallon per hour while idling. Best to get in your car, turn on the AC to low, and roll down the windows. Window down for 15 seconds for AC to kick in. Set the fan speed to high. Roll up the front windows soon when the car cools. Raise the back windows, leaving room. After 15 seconds, shut them fully. After the cabin cools, learn a secret that will affect your driving forever. Tip 7. Recirculate. One of the most misunderstood and mistreated HVAC elements in your automobile. Mazda says some people mistake it for the undo or U-turn button, but it saves lives in summer. ACs draw hot air from outside. During hot weather, the AC may not chill the air fast enough. Here comes the recirculation button. As the name implies, it recirculates cooled automobile air. The biggest benefit is faster vehicle cooling. However, it seals off musty odors well. This button keeps fumes out of your automobile while you're stuck in traffic. Another benefit of the button is fuel savings. Due to less HVAC effort, some estimates predict 10% less fuel use. It also reduces motor strain, extending battery life. Unfortunately, this function makes your car's rear less cool. Leave the button off and move on if you have passengers. Tip 6. Replace cabin air filter. This tip saves money in several ways. Our cabin air filter keeps contaminants out of your automobile. It comprises dust, pollen, smog, and bad scents. The cabin air filter captures leaves and stones. Thus, it gets soiled rapidly. When it happens, AC must work harder to cool. Additionally, mold and bacteria might grow there. Cabin air filters should be updated every 12,000 to 15,000 miles. Without paying a mechanic $50, you can do it yourself. DIY is simple and takes under 5 minutes. Modern cars have the cabin air filter behind the glove box. You may check your handbook or watch several videos. A $20 annual investment to make your car seem cooler is worth it. The following tip will be great if you like this one. Tip 5. Park in shade or use windshield sunshades. Did you realize that your automobile gets hotter inside than outside? Your automobile may reach 118 degrees after 40 minutes of parking under the sun at 80 degrees. Your AC will work twice as hard to chill your automobile. This increases compressor, battery, and fuel consumption. Running your AC on hot days uses 20% more gasoline than on cool days. Simple tip, park in the shade. Car temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. A windshield sunshade may lower the car's temperature by 40 degrees Celsius. Your AC system will appreciate shaded parking. Walmart sells one for $8. What's stopping you? You may need to get the next thing also. Fourth tip, refill refrigerator. Did you know that Freon, an automobile refrigerant, lasts forever? No refrigerant topping up is needed in a closed system. Unfortunately, flawless sealing is practically impossible. Freon will leak eventually. If it's not too terrible, just add refrigerant. Top-up cans cost under $10. If you ask a mechanic to install refrigerant, they'll try to sell you a condenser repair or other fraud. Without that, AC recharges may cost $300. Instead, buy a $40 recharge kit and DIY. You don't need a pro for this simple technique. Just get R134A, not R1234YF. Though somewhat greener, it costs 20 times more. Old gear still works and doesn't harm the ozone layer. In conclusion, I'll show a typical error that may be leaking refrigerant fast. Third tip, check coolant. Strangely, coolant doesn't cool your automobile. Without coolant, the AC won't operate. When the engine overheats, many automobile computers turn off the AC compressor. Naturally, coolant depletion causes this. If it doesn't turn off the compressor, your AC will spew hot air. If you haven't checked your coolant level lately, do it now. By the way, monitoring coolant requires more knowledge to avoid a $7,000 engine failure. We prepared a movie on your car's cooling system, including coolant kinds, radiator flushes, thermostat troubles, and more. Touch the card on screen or click the link in the explanation to make your cooling system last longer. Second tip, test fans. While your hood is up, test your cooling fans. The condenser is located behind your car's grille. After the radiator are the cooling fans. Remember from earlier in the movie that the cooling fan blows air on the condenser to remove heat from the refrigerant. When the fan fails, the condenser fails and AC stops operating. Most automobiles have 2 fans. If only one works, your AC will work, but not for long. Fortunately, fan inspection is simple. Start your car and blast the AC. After 5 minutes, both fans should spin. Don't buy OEM or dealer fans if you need to replace them. You may spend $300, $500 for anything under $100. Great if both fans function. Just one more item to check before I provide my additional suggestions. If you want to avoid expensive repairs and keep your car's air conditioning system running smoothly, one of the smartest things you can do is regularly check the fan belt. In many vehicles, especially those with higher mileage, a worn or slipping fan belt can quietly cause major issues. This belt is what links the engine to the AC compressor. When it starts to slip, the compressor may not run correctly. Over time, it can overheat, stop functioning altogether, and fail to cool your car. This type of damage can lead to repairs costing upwards of $2,000. To prevent this kind of expense, it's wise to inspect the fan belt, or serpentine belt, on a routine basis. Look for visible signs of wear, such as cracks or fraying. Also, pay attention to how it feels and sounds when the engine is running. If the belt feels loose, slides around, or makes a loud screeching noise, it's probably time for a replacement. While a new belt may cost around $65, that's a small price to pay compared to replacing an entire compressor. Once you've got the basics down for keeping your AC cool and efficient, it's just as important to avoid two common mistakes that many drivers make, mistakes that could cost you a lot in the long run. The first mistake is leaving your AC system off for long periods. Sure, with gas prices being what they are, it's tempting to roll down the windows and skip using the AC altogether. But while this might save a little fuel in the short term, it can actually do long-term damage to your system. When the AC isn't used regularly, the rubber seals inside can dry out and crack, leading to refrigerant leaks. Even worse, metal components inside the compressor can start to rust if they sit idle for too long. To avoid this, run your AC for a few minutes once a week, no matter the season, even during winter. Keeping everything moving and lubricated will help extend the life of your system. The second mistake is all about airflow direction. Many people instinctively point the air vents directly at their face or chest to get that instant blast of cool air. While this might feel good for a few minutes, it's actually not the most efficient way to cool your vehicle. It forces the system to work harder to maintain a consistent temperature throughout the cabin, which means more fuel is used over time. Plus, cold air blowing directly on your face can dry out your skin, throat, and even your eyes, making you feel uncomfortable and tired on longer drives. A better approach is to aim the side vents toward the windows and the center vents upward toward the roof. This creates a more even and natural circulation of cool air throughout the entire car, helping everyone feel comfortable while reducing the load on the system. Not only will this make your cabin feel cooler faster, but it will also help save fuel and limit wear and tear on your AC components. Another bonus? Improved airflow keeps the air inside your car fresher and cleaner, reducing the chances of mold and bacteria growth in your vents. If you found these tips helpful, there's plenty more where that came from. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more smart car care advice. In the next video, we'll share even more ways to extend the life of your vehicle's cooling system, so you can keep it running like new for years to come.